Hi, this is Becca from Becca Reads here, and today I am going to review an audiobook. It's called Dracula by Bram Stoker, and this is a really good book. I've already read it, and I gave it 5 stars. It's written in diary entries, so let me show you in letters. So, like this, and it says the date or whatever. And it's written in different perspectives. There are many different characters. This is a story first. This is a story about Dracula, which is the famous vampire that we all know and love. But this is really the book that first started it all. Bram Stoker wrote a book basically about vampires, and vampires was a culture, a European culture, um, and he decided to write a book about vampire, and this is basically based on Camarilla and another vampire story before this book. So this is not the first vampire novel. What it's a story about how they find out about some characters find out about Dracula, and basically in the beginning, Jonathan Harker is taking a journey to Dracula's castle to do business affairs with him because Dracula wants to buy a house in London where he wants to live and stuff, and so he so Jonathan Harker travels to Transylvania, where Dracula lives on top of the hill, and he meets Dracula, and he becomes trapped there. Throughout the story, we have different perspectives for different characters, except Dracula. We have Jonathan Harker's perspective, Van Helsing's perspective, Dr. Stewart's perspective, Mina's perspective, and it's also written in what was it called? Um, Paper, like the newspaper articles, and it has letters. So, and then we also have Lucy's character. Lucy's the first victim, and Mina's the second victim. Although Mina, if you have seen the movie, you know kind of what this is about. And that's what I'm going to say. The audiobook about this book. The audiobook is really, really good. I actually thought it was really good, but I kind of wish that although the audiobook used the different characters, they had different people talk for different characters, and I really liked that. But I also thought that it would have been really awesome if they had the characters that played Mina or other characters to play like Quincy and Arthur and stuff, and have a role, whereas they say their lines in the book, and the person narrating it still narrates the story. And so I really wish that would have been in the audiobook, but it wasn't. But I really like the audiobook other than that. I also like audiobooks to have sound effects, which this one didn't really have any sound or music effects. It really had one, and that was when one of my favorite characters died. I'm not going to tell you who. And yeah, and it was just a really, this book is actually a really good book, and I suggest people read it because although sometimes people probably won't understand it, I think it's a really good adventure book because it takes place in all planning and adventuring on how to kill Dracula, and really the feeling of fear that he places within us. Also, I want to talk a little bit about Bram Stoker, how he wrote about some of the women characters, and the women characters are not my favorite characters only because they seem helpless. Although Mina is more helpful in the ending part, she is mostly helpless. And Lucy's very helpless. Like, she's not, she's like, oh, why am I having creepy nightmares and stuff? And that's it. Like, she doesn't do anything to prevent her, like, help other people, to help her get better or anything like that. But other than that, I think Dracula is a very good novel, and the characters are really good in here. In the audiobook, I give a 3 stars out of 5, only because of the lack of sound effects, and the um, the fact that the characters, although the characters were spoken by different people, the characters, um, the other characters that had lines didn't really, um, didn't really, so you couldn't really, didn't really say, um, they didn't really like say their lines like the other characters in the book. They could have made other people to play those characters and have them say their lines. Yeah, that's a better way of explaining it. And so I rate this book a 5 out of 5, and you guys should check it out in your local library or wherever you get your books, because I think this is a really good introduction to the world of vampires. So if you haven't read a vampire novel, this is the first one that you should pick up. And have a great day and a great weekend. A great Monday. Have a great day.